Thank you, Brittany. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's so funny. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, did you get all of that? Are you lip readers? All right, beautiful. I love that. Okay, so here's what I love. Welcome, everyone. Akasha here, Nan Akasha. Thank you. Thank you, Brittany. I got it. So, it's one of my beautiful clients started calling me, and I thought, oh, something's wrong. Immediately, I saw that I was muted. So, for whatever reason that happens, if you are used to me and my world, we go with the flow and we never surrender to something we don't want, but we accept what is. So I go, oh, wow, I just talked for 10 minutes or whatever it was uh, with no sound. Interesting, because of many different aspects. Like what you want to do is look at in your reality, what did it trigger for you? Did it bring up anger or frustration? Did it bring up humor? Did it bring up tuning in intuitively that you were meant to hear this message that I was giving out energetically at a level that didn't have to do with sound? That's what they're telling me right now. For most of us, this happened because I had a totally different idea, by the way, which I will share in a moment. But no, it's all the energy is around my ears right now, and my ears are, as many of you know, my portal of wounds, having had many decades of my life in and out of ear infections. And I had an ear surgery to completely replace an eardrum physically. Woot, that was intense. And they've been feeling full lately, fuller. And I thought the other day, interesting. So I'm like, wow, there's an interesting thing happening here. Everything is always telling you something, but don't get crazy about the meaning of it. So I'm just going to channel through. Please share if you would like what was coming up. They're saying, oh, wow, so much energy around the ears right now that we hear falsely. Okay, so we're here in our Samhain New Year, Celtic New Year celebration. Thank you for joining me, nanakasha.com. And we're going into our Wishes Fulfilled workshop this weekend. If you are a part of that, you received how to build an altar. I was telling you about the altar because we have 3 candles here, and these represent you. Okay. Woo. This is from the chalice well, and it's going to have water that I put out to be programmed by the moon. So it's starting out with a little bit of chalice well water here on our altar to get charged up. Then it will go outside under the moon. So this time it'll probably go out tonight because this whole time has very special energy. And then that will have very special medicine. I can drink it. I can put it on an altar. I can do different things with it. Okay. This is you, mind, body, spirit. Okay, trinity of whatever being, sacred masculine, sacred feminine, meeting in you in the center. You are the creator, and so on. And this bigger candle out here is where you are headed. This is your wishes fulfilled. This is you embodied in your full power. It all means the same thing. I can tell you this because I've been going through the matrix, been going through the portal, the energy. You know how like in Stargate they show like, oh, this portal opens up and somebody just, I fixed it. Thank you. It's wonderful. Chris just came up. Everybody's helping me, but as far as I can tell, we're okay on the sound now. So good. Thank you, honey. He's like, oh, I'm on the top floor up here in the treehouse. So energies that you couldn't hear means that you were given an opportunity to receive the message in a different way. That's basically what we talked about. And we were talking about receiving from the white sage. So we're going now into Samhain, and we're going into sacred space, and we're going deeper and deeper into a place where you are connected to not just the shadow side, but a seed, a really powerful seed, because we're in the new moon. And what is said is the veil is thinner. That means that you have easier access to higher levels of consciousness, to other dimensions, interdimensionally as well, to you in any life you've ever lived, past, present, future, potentials, that are relevant because there's millions and millions of potentials. Everything is already created. This is your opportunity to go into the depth of your belly and then your womb and walk with the goddess. Receive those seeds of the pomegranate. I recommend you buy a pomegranate and you take an apple. Ooh, I got to go get my apple. I'll have Chris bring me an apple. And please cut it across. So when you open it up, there's a star and the seeds are in that star. This is a power that's been taken away. And it holds Venus. This is the symbol for Venus. This is the pentacle or the pentagram, which represents the 5 elements and represents hang on, a knife. I need a knife. Okay, Chris has got to bring me the apple. I left it downstairs. So what you're doing is you're opening the fruit of life. And you're realizing you're at a crossing point right now. There's no way for you to go through this moment in time unchanged, but that's true for every moment. What's different is that you're very aware that this is a special moment, that your ancestors knew this was a special moment in cultures all across time and all across cultures. So this is a time of the Day of the Dead. This is the time of doing a dumb feast where you sit down and you put a spirit plate out and you speak to spirit, you speak to ancestors, or you speak to your daughter who died. I do this with Jordan and I. We sit down, I give her a plate, I have a plate, we speak, we sit in silence. It's called a dumb, D-U-M-B, like don't talk, feast. And it's a one way of honoring people who've passed on. So you could have a whole party. You could have your cats and your dogs and your grandmothers and whatever, or you could just sit with one person. There's putting altars where I live. They are into Hanal Pishan or Day of the Dead. Hanal Pishan is a very specific Yucatecan/Mayan version of Day of the Dead. And the women paint their faces and they have the deep hollows. They look like a skeleton, but beautiful, like all these colors and flowers and things and they dance and it's a skeleton, but it's beautiful. And so it's that honoring life and death as one. And this is a very important part of this season, is honor that you die every moment to something. You die to an idea, you die to a want, you die to a goal, you die to a disease. You still can't hear me? Oh, great, you brought the apple. Thank you. Yay, Chris. Thank you, my hero. Oh, perfect. That's exactly the apple I wanted. So here we have our beautiful goddess, okay? So a fruit is the fruition, and we're celebrating a harvest time, believe it or not. This is a time of harvest, as in the colder places in the world, mostly Northern Hemisphere, we take a little bit deeper step now into that dark, into leaves dying completely, if they do, falling, the progression into the coldest, darkest. This is our last leg into the solstice, which is the darkest night, the shortest day, the longest shadow journey, however you want to put it. Beautiful. Okay. So I want you to come into this celebration. I'm going to continue to cleanse with Palo Santo, Copal. Okay. And I want you to just sit and start to feel into this particular altar. I'm going to tell you more about it as it comes through. They may want to speak. Right now, they're asking you, if you don't have any sacred items around you, to go get something. Okay. I'm going to cut the apple open this way. Okay. Side to side. So give me a minute here. Wow, it's a small apple, but it's tough. Now, I've already held it to my heart and loved on this apple earlier because this was the exact apple without telling Chris. I don't want one of the big green ones. I want this red one that's in a special place because I did something to it. I just allowed, because this is how I create my reality, the universe to fill that in. Doesn't mean I always working on clear communication. Okay, so you take your fruit in your hand. Your hands have the most magnetic light energy of any part of your body other than your heart. But it does actually radiate and measure stronger until you strengthen your heart. So I receive this sacred fruit of my soul, and I'm ready to reveal the star within, the elements for creating the seeds that are ready to be planted. I walk through this shadow, yin, womb, inner, under, a world within that I may have avoided, that I may have buried, that I may have been afraid of, ashamed of, where I have buried so much of my power. I come in, and this is my guide, because the sweet, juicy fruit comes from all of my creations. So when you open it up, you have a star. Isn't it exquisite? And you can leave these like this on your altar for days. We took them from site to site. We left them often at sacred sites that we didn't want to leave crystals or anything like that at, because these will then feed the birds and feed the ground. And we were able to pick the apples, use the apples from this sacred place we were in Avalon, in Glastonbury. Okay, so this is, you see, it's the 5-pointed star. So that's the pentagram. That is, the pentacle is the goddess symbol. It is the symbol of Venus. It is the symbol of perfect balance between above and below. It is the symbol of creation, of the goddess of the womb. You see, this perfect star is holding the seeds. That means the seeds have been held inside the sacred geometry, being fed. And when they're ready to be born, this juicy flesh, this gift of the goddess, this fruition of you, of everything you have finished, everything created, is in this flesh. So I want you to hold it in your hand and look at it and just open your heart to it and begin to feel a weaving energy moving up and down your hands through your palms. Your palms are part of your crown chakra. And your crown chakra is where you connect to your soul star. And this is a star, so this is also a portal to your higher self and clearer communication. And at this time of Samhain, I am ready and willing, and I am open and receptive to receive the magic of Venus, the goddess, the seeds within the fruit that I have produced, that my soul is ready to birth. I am the star, I am the magic, I am the womb, I am the one ready to love and receive and gift these seeds into my new reality. So now just feel yourself receiving and giving in a flow up and down your arms, in and out of your palms, up your arms through your elbows, up through the shoulders, pouring into the heart. The more that it goes up and down, the more there's relaxation, movement, expansion. You feel yourself easily expanding to receive more. You feel yourself receiving the juicy, delicious nourishment. You are sowing. You are reaping what you've sown. You are harvesting what you have created. You realize as you receive this delicious fruit that has come from all you have done, All you have worked on becoming and releasing, now is the moment when you drop it and you step into this cocoon. You receive this nourishment because it is only usable for you if you're willing to walk through the death of your old self, your old ideas, your old mentality, your old financial abundance or lack, your old self-love or lack. You are the one that are here to walk, and this night is dark, and we are going to walk deep into tunnels that are wet. You will hear the wetness beneath your feet, and you will see the darkness all around you, and you will remember that there were dark, dark times, so much darker than now, that you have walked through. And you will walk through untouched, unscathed, because everything becomes a thing. But you are walking through and up that level of reality into a new dimension. You're walking up through believing in victimhood, pain, loss, failure. You're walking into a reality juicy and delicious, full of the seeds of your new life, full of joy and harmony, peace, transcendence, willingness, inspiration. Ask for exactly the nourishment you wish for, and it will be yours. Ask and it is given. What do you wish for? Ask and it is given. And one more time. I repeat this a third time, the magic time. And so it is, and it is done. I wish for and now this reality is in your hands. It is in the stars. It is in the seeds. It is in the womb. Now put it on your altar next to you, where you feel perhaps balancing left and right, above, below. What do you want it to touch? Is there something that you want to have the seeds? Perhaps in front of an obsidian for protection, a rose quartz for love, something with wings, some goddess, flower of life, a dragon, a wand, a malachite, a prosperity, right here. Good. Like a little throne of a quartz wand with two malachites for some very powerful prosperity energy. And this other one. Okay, so I'm going to move this wand right over. Oh, nice. Okay, I like that. Right over it. That sounds good. So you want to play with your crystals, with your statues, with your leaves and your nuts. I'm going to be out tonight and tomorrow gathering new things from my yard. Seeds, nuts, leaves, flowers, shells, and I'll add them here. as more and more of that connection to nature. So this one was here. So this is an orgonite gold pyramid. So orgonite amplifies, purifies. It's got copper, spirals, crystals, gold, of course, citrine for clarity, wealth, gold ray, and it has a prosperity coin on top. So that's very powerful magic right there. That's very powerful elements that come together. And this is going to be the star seed that's bringing that energy specifically, as well as any other energies that are optimal. One of the seeds fell out. So I'm going to put that right here in front of this little prosperity frog. Now I have Ganesha here, who's a remover of obstacles. And one of my favorite guides wanted to be clearing the obstacles for us. I have some very big shells, small shells. I have a beautiful wing shell. And if you watched my show yesterday with Donna Stellhorn, she talks about using shells right now for the new moon because they denote a structure inside of a Neptune energy, kind of fluid energies. I have many other elements here. Let me just see if there's anything relevant. This is my swan feather gifted to me and my hand fasting. That's a crown from my retreat, a flower crown. I agree, we should be wearing this. I also have my hand fasting crown. Okay. And so the ancestor magic, it has to come here, this grandmother energy. And this is Ishel, the moon of the goddess of the moon, rainbows, medicine, and women, and my home. And I'll share these wands with you. So if you don't have a wand, you can have a wand like that, a crystal wand. I had a crystal wand that had been going to ceremony with me for 4 years or 5 years, maybe. Oh yeah, more than 5 years. And it just, no matter, it was gorgeous, but no one ever bought it. And I took it to England and sold it to a lady. It was like almost the first thing that sold. She walked up and looked at it and she said, "Oh my God, that's my wand." I was told by Spirit I was going to find a wand before I go to the next step of my trip to another sacred place. And I knew it, and she picked it up and talked to it, and I was like, yep, that's it. So these are often for people. These are my wedding wands. This is Chris, and this is me. This is rose quartz, and this is jade. And they're very simple. They're made out of rosewood. They're carved by local artists, and they have these little beautiful scrolls. It's a God, sorry, Celtic area. This one has a stone on the end. I guess they both do. And then they have a stone here. There. And we had these on the altar, and we used them in our ceremony. So this is our perfect balance of masculine and feminine that we have here. And this is from my friend Maria Wheatley, gave this to me. This is very, very special. It's from Avebury, and it's got, you see, that looks almost concentric circles. It's a Celtic cross, sacred spiral, eye, the snake. This is a druid wand. Okay, so you can tune into any of those energies if you wish to. And I have this bowl here. Why do I have this bowl here? So funny. Okay, let's see here. Say hi. Hi, Lucille. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Tiffany. Oh, hi, Leslie. Hi, everybody. Tiffany. Tiffany. Oh, I'm so happy you got your altar set up already. It's so much fun. I was rearranging this altar today, and I was realizing that this weekend it'll be different again. Might still have some of these elements, for the prosperity, for the Wishes Fulfilled workshop. Acceptance of what is, surrendering to know what I was choosing to not be heard. Perfect, Brittany. Yes, exactly. Or not be able to hear, that we get to trust that there are no coincidences. Exactly. Hi, Danny and Iritag. Woo, wonderful humans. We are wonderful humans, aren't we? I love being a human. I love it. I love remembering who I've been as a human. I love talking to other dimensions of myself and other animals. Well, animals, yeah, but elements and beings, consciousnesses in other forms and realms. It's a rich, 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 rich life. So, okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper. I got lost in all of that. I did the copal. I have not yet done this. So let's see. The center one of us is going to be the light for our Palo Santo. So I was just going to describe, what Palo Santo is, and she asked me for you to feel into Palo Santo yourself. So if you're familiar with this, that's fine. It's wonderful, right? And you can take that relationship deeper or drop in to feel into her. It's a soft, sweet, very feminine to me energy. Okay. This is wood, this is tree, so this is tree wisdom, right? And this is the wisdom of the essence of the tree. Okay, so carrying that medicine, be like the specialty of the tree. Okay, so always as I cleanse myself, I cleanse you, I cleanse you. We're going to move it into the corners of your house and below us in a spiral into infinity, up through our pillar of light within a spiral to infinity, out from our heart. And we're going to connect the 5-pointed star, so you can just draw it if you ever used to draw it as a kid, and stand and let it manifest around you. I am the light, I am the light. There is no darkness within me. Everywhere I go, I am the light of my world. I am the creator, I am the chooser, I am the one that radiates and gives, I am the one that receives abundantly, deliciously, in all ways that are optimal for me. I walk through this portal now. I receive this wisdom blessing, this cleansing from this sacred tree. Let all the ancestors of this tree, all the times that we have worked together, come together to be honored. Just like the Day of the Dead, all those in my life that were in human form, I also call on all those for the world and for me that were in a tree form or an animal form or the form of a house or a place or a relationship. Let's honor all of the past here. So we're creating a veil right in front of us of this sacred Palo Santo smoke. It's completely created a screen in front of you. So as you move into and through this screen, the soft, beautiful wisdom of the ancient Celts and the Ogham, which is their tree oracle, like an oracle deck where all the trees and many other things have meaning, bring their wisdom. Now the sacred smoke is winding like the Kundalini, like the Caduceus, back and forth, up and up and up through you, and then down and down and down and down, and then up and then up and then up and down and down. And it gets to the center of you, and you feel the above and the below meeting within you. You stand in the all-seeing eye. I am the light. I am the light. Let there be light. So enter this place, and as you've completed this beautiful, soft welcoming, we're going to bring you deeper protection. The copal is here. The jaguar is here. Those who've walked through Xibalba or the other world or the underworld, Hades or the shadow world. Every culture knew there's two sides to everything. This sacred temple now asks you to surrender and step into this as if it is a chariot, like a pumpkin. And as your fairy goddess mother turning the pumpkin into a chariot, something beautiful to you, anything can look like anything. It can feel like anything. What would be the most fun, the most joyful possible way of being transported through this shadow world, this womb, freeing, releasing, gliding, sliding, flowing, effortless, joyful, peaceful, receptive, reflective, receiving. Now you feel as if you are floating on a very dark river inside of a cave. And it goes, you can see beyond your feet that the cave, the tunnel, the underground river just goes and goes and goes and goes. And you see a bright light way down there. And it's very peaceful here where you are. You're floating softly in the underworld. You sense that in front of you is Black Star Jaguar Spirit. She's escorting you beyond death through the dark into the release of your past self, the release of your fear, your pain, any identity with lack in any way. This is the time to let it die with honor and grace, with ease. And as you float on this river, very softly, barely moving, you feel completely supported. You feel loved. Now, this underground river transforms into your chariot. What happens? Is it something you float on? Is it something that expands outside of the cave and flies? Is it something that simply shifts you in time and space and you materialize somewhere else? What is this? Is it a genie bottle? Is it a vine? Is it a wormhole? Is it a request? Is it an embodiment, an infusion that begins to come down through you? What way is optimal for you to receive right now this gift of the chariot of your choice, the energies in any form, mineral, animal, vegetable, human, alien, galactic, celestial? Doesn't matter. Whatever form is delicious and delightful to you, that would bring you the most music, that would give you the most harmony, that would shower you in the most delicious colors and guide you with ease and confidence and wisdom and love. Let this beautiful ship, pod, chariot, Merkaba, space manifest all around you. Now there is an opportunity. It's 1444. So there is some completion and some sharp turns to take as you ride the 4 down and you turn right and you go directly right. And then you turn left and you go directly left. You know that you're being led like a labyrinth. There's no way to get lost. You're being led directly to where you are meant to go. And you can go there in style and ease and grace and joy and receptivity and willingness and beauty and support, or you can go there in fear. You choose now. Now your chariot is ready for you. It's luminous and you see it and you encounter it and you walk up to it like what? Like Cinderella, like what kind of beautiful goddess, what kind of beautiful wise one, what kind of wonderful feeling about yourself would feel most delicious. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. I'm approaching a gorgeous, luminous swan, huge, enormous, like those swans you sit in to pedal, but 10 times the size, and it's all luminous, made of light. And I am approaching in a beautiful fairy princess dress that's luminous. It's blue with all these sparkles that turn pink, and they blink and they move in and out. And I'm holding a wand with a star on the end, that star that's inside of the apple, the 5-pointed star, simple, powerful. It's a seeding wand. It's a wand of receiving the full power of the elements and the goddess. And I am walking with these gorgeous glass slippers, very strange, but they feel like they aren't Cinderella. They're more like the Wizard of Oz, where they're powerful, they're crystal, and they sparkle. Energies move through them with each of my steps. I can see that they're communicating with the earth energies. This is my vision. I'm sharing it with you. And then I pull my dress up and I realize I'm holding I have strapped to me like something that arrows go into. I used to know what that was called. If you had a bow and arrows and you would pull it off your back and the arrows are sticking up, so all you have to do is reach and grab one. I have that on that's full of wands of different kinds, wands of different powers and different energies and different intentions and different sources, different cultures, different traditions, different beautiful, like having this whole buffet right there at my fingertips. I see now why Artemis, our Greek goddess, the maiden goddess, the goddess of nature and of animals and running, and with bow and arrow, but not to kill anything. It was to find, to send intention. She moved energy, wishes. She brought that youthful, powerful, natural world, earth and energy. If you can't run through the forest at top speed, jumping and leaping and climbing, and then she does that for you and she brings it to you now. So if you feel it is optimal for you, this is a part of my vision that's being gifted to the circle, is to get one of these backstrap tubes that arrows are put in and fill it full of wands. They can look like anything. They can look like nothing. They can look like glow sticks. They can look like light. They Could just be a whole bunch of different glow stick wands, different colors or multiple colors. It could be different things that have like pinwheels on the end, or a balloon filled with a unicorn or confetti, or it can be anything you want that makes you feel you're carrying the magic on your back. Now, the most powerful experience that must be allowed to penetrate your consciousness right now is your awareness of being supported, guided, empowered, free, open, receptive. You glide through the darkness, through your own shadows and fears. You glide into the womb of the mother. You glide into the darkest time of the year or the lightest time of the year. You move into that place in yourself that is a cave you have feared, that has held you back, and yet holds gifts and treasures that are ready to shower unto you. You have all this magic, all of these elements, all of these things here with you now. Now look at your chariot again. Look at your vehicle. Look at your space. Look at your light body. Look at your robes. Whatever it is that is manifested to be what you move in. My giant luminous swan is a boat, and it's docked on a river of deep but almost electric blue. It isn't as calm and peaceful, and it's not very, very wavy, but it has movement. There's no clear depth to it. It's going to take me through this time of not being able to see in those deeper, darker places and hold intuitive activations of trust. Now you can embark, in whatever way that may appear or feel, on your journey into this Samhain, All Hallows, Day of the Dead portal, this new moon, this divine dark energies of creation, planting seeds, letting go of the old, reconnecting mind, body, spirit in the triskele of the Celtic beings that have held the magic and wisdom of the land. Feel and see a spiral now. Where is the spiral? Is it over your belly or your heart? Is it in your hands? Is it all around your vehicle? Is it in front of you like a portal? Look now just for your senses to connect to the spiral that is opening. Could be small, could be big. Enter that spiral. Now it is taking you through time and space back into this body. But this body has been moved and upgraded. And as you pour back into your body, your mind, your fingers, your toes, you feel what you're sitting on. You breathe the air in. You can once again ground yourself by holding your apple, if you have it, in each palm. I am here now. This journey has equipped me. I flow effortlessly with grace, and I bring this juicy, delicious fruit that is meant to feed me. I embody this star wisdom of Venus, goddess of beauty and love, the goddess of accepting my beauty, loving myself, walking through the darkness as the light of pure self-love. Receive now all the way into your core center and down into your womb space. You're now walking this sacred path where there are fires and sacred circles and ceremonies and symbols. There is no darkness that this light cannot penetrate. You are not alone. You are guided by the most beautiful and exquisite guides. I see some of you have Pegasus, like a luminous white light, multicolored Pegasus as your guide. Wonderful. I see some people with ancestors, with fire, with trees and groves. I see some of you as temple keepers and some of you as temple keepers, but long after the temples and the people were used. There was no one there, but you were still there. And I see you all growing and glowing. The seeds of light are within you now. Receive any guides that want to join. There's a lot of dragons here. You may or may not have seen them perhaps when we were separated from sound. There was a download that was able to come through for you. Perhaps it was dragon energy or power. Perhaps it was serpent or snake energy coming in a few months. Yin and yang. Could be Celtic or Mayan. Could be Eskimo. Could be Incan, Peruvian, Turkish. Could be Chinese. Could be Japanese. Could be Jamaican. Could be Hindu. Could be Muslim. Could be Diwali celebration. Everywhere the celebration of light is happening, as we dive deeper into the dark, declare, I am the light, I am the light. There is no darkness within me. I radiate light. I see through the darkness. I allow Jaguar, Copal, and all the other energies to walk with me. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very fun. All right, so you will now have an opportunity to integrate this. Unless you are with me and one of my students, I'm getting ready to do a special call just for my students. And any students, anytime, any clients, any retreat people, if you've been part of that, we're going to be on Zoom in a few minutes. So thank you for being a part of this. This is my favorite time of year. When I was a little kid, I got to dress up and eat candy. That was beyond perfect in my reality. I still get to do that a little bit in a certain way, I guess. And so what we will do next is have a connection, I believe, next Tuesday, but come to the wishes fulfilled. Okay, this is my call I'm doing right now in a few minutes with my clients. And the Wishes Fulfilled workshop is this weekend. The sale is still up. We're going to leave it up. We want you to get in there. We want you to be a part of this. Like I said, we sent out today how to make your altar and get ready and other things you can do and other things to begin to use, like these prosperity magic tools we talked about. I like to work on all levels of dimensions. So with crystals and with fire and with wind and with the moon and with people and with animals and with astrology and all of the different energies that are here for us. Okay. Also new and exciting, and we'll be talking about next week, I believe, is the new Intuition Awakening class. It's going to start at the end of the year. So it's a New Year summer, New Year's camp of Intuition Awakening. And it's going to be all about Oracle reading, and the Oracle deck of mine is going to be included for you. And you're going to end up, whether you want to be or not, a certified Oracle deck trainer. Training will happen. And it is something you can use with all Oracle decks and not just mine. And we're going to go deeper with the energies. So you're going to learn how to channel certain energies and entities to get more information, more visions, more understanding, more medicine for you or for whoever you are doing the reading for. Also, there's Cosmic Dragon transmissions on sale with me. So come and join that and have a beautiful and blessed Samhain. Next Tuesday, I am going to, I don't think it's here. So No. Okay. Here's some pictures from our Celtic things here. Nope, we did that. Okay. So thank you, my darlings. Have a beautiful, blessed, wonderful, and magical day and time. You saw a double rainbow. Yeah, I love it. I'm going to put that out there next. The next time I'm walking on the beach, and it's like, if this is all me creating this, then I would see rainbows, like actually with my eyes. And I turn out and I see a rainbow coming out of a cloud over the ocean, which is kind of unusual and wasn't there a second before. And I'm going to ask for a double rainbow. Thank you. I'm abundant. Oh, I love you. Bye-bye.